Round 6 from the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo is in the books, and we are on to round 7 with our picks. So far, our picks have been terrible, but I think a lot of other people are in the same boat. We've got a few others playing along, and they're realizing that it's no easy task to pick the winner.
It's very hard. So many variables going into it all. You gotta have, it's in the rough stock. You gotta have the stock do their job, the rider do their job, and there's 15 in each event. Then you have the judges not screw you over and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different. And then on the timed events, obviously, so many things can happen in a short amount of time, like in the team roping and stuff. And,
oh yeah,
and even the tie down roping, so many moving parts that it's easy for shit to go off the rails fast. So
100%.
100%. It's not easy, but it's fun. We're having fun.
Let's start off with a few hot takes from round 6, Wace. What do you got? The only one I have is that you've got a pick right with Rider Wright. And
that was a good ride.
Really good ride.
Yeah, that was awesome.
There was no doubt that he won the round.
Man, one thing that I noticed is amazing to me, like how much a good ride in the saddle bronc riding, or on the rider side of things, can boost your score. Like there were some horses that were like below 40 points and guys are still getting in the mid 80s. We're like, if you're on a bull that's under 40 in the bull riding, you're not going to break 80 hardly.
No, there's a lot more separation on the fucking horse bench. Yeah.
And even that horse that Rider rode today, that was far and away the best horse of the round. Everything else kind of was just meh. But yeah, I noticed that today. It's kind of interesting that how big of that spread is. I also noticed too. I wish they would show the stock scores when guys buck off. I agree with that. I would like to see that. Yeah, I was thinking about that in the bull riding today, because some of those bulls had some good trips, and just be interesting to see what they were going to mark them.
It would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice. Okay.
Bad luck. Also bad luck for you when the barrel racing. The one sure bet, the one sure pick a guy has, and Haley switches horses on a.
What the heck, eh?
Yeah.
What the heck?
So, I mean, it works out good for me, because that means I get to pick her in the next round, and she's definitely be back on sister. So, good for me, bad for you.
Yeah, but it's rodeo, man. You never know.
That's rodeo. That's rodeo.
Never know. I guess. What else? A few more.
I want to
takes, man.
I want to give people a slap on the wrist, giving Donnie Gay a hard time.
Yeah,
man, he's awesome. Like, I mean. Sure, like maybe some of the stuff he says isn't like, I don't know, doesn't agree with most people, but man, like he knows the game better than anybody. He's so well spoken on the show. Like compare him to like Tough last year. Like that guy could barely put a sentence together. And Donnie can, like, he's right on. He's on it. He's with it the whole time, and he drives well with the crew. And I think he does a great job. There's not very many guys outside of like in the PRCA circle who could do as good of a job as he can.
I don't know who else you'd pick, because they've tried JW Harris, they've tried Tough Human. Tough was
brutal.
It was
no
rough
disrespect.
Tough, yeah.
I mean, for me, the only other guy that would make sense, or there's two guys that I have in mind, I guess, would be Ty Murray, because he's a former champion, and
but he's not going to do it because he's a PBR.
That's what I mean. And then same with a guy like Colby Yates, like another guy who's competed at the NFR and who's unreal on TV. I think he's done.
And Colby's gotten a lot better over the last few years too.
Yeah, so I mean, those are two guys I think that could fit in that role. But I mean, they're PBR guys, so the likelihood of that happening is very low. So I mean, when it comes to your pick of the pool in the PRCA, Donnie's the guy. I think he's great. I think he's awesome.
He'll probably be the guy until
he doesn't want to do no more.
Yeah, until he becomes Sage, I would think. And some of his takes are a little bit crazy, and he's got a lot of energy. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the energy. Some of the commentary is a little bit funny sometimes,
I agree. I agree with that for sure.
The extra talking during the rides is a bit much, because we're already watching it on TV, so I really don't need a play-by-play when we're watching it.
It hypes. I like get hyped up by him because he gets pumped up, so it pumps me up.
Yeah.
That's what I like about him.
One thing I did notice the other night was I don't think he's adding a ton as far as if somebody new is watching and listening. I don't think they're going to learn a lot.
He doesn't. Yeah, a lot of the stuff he says isn't in layman's terms.
Yeah, where I think that's important for building the new fans. Like I know this is the biggest rodeo, and you got to speak to the rodeo fans, but it's also. I mean, now I guess it doesn't matter. It's on the Cowboy channel. You're not going to see it on a bar and TV, anyways.
I was just going to say is like now it's on the Cowboy channel. It's a whole other ball game.
It's another ball game. So I guess right on.
I also don't agree with some of their Cowboy channel's marketing strategies.
Oh yeah. There's some
It's kind of
crazy commercials.
Whoever's framing those commercials for them, their marketing guy needs to go back to some 101 classes and
put your
framing.
Put your what were they trying to say? Put your DVR on so we can get the highest ratings this year.
And then even like the one like their VIP package, like putting the price in, not cool. Or like even like
a ticket, you can.
Like I mean, that's a good way to push people away from wanting to do that. So I mean, and then the one where they talk about how they're downloading the app and subscribing is how they're going to pay for the stuff moving forward. Like there's so many different ways you could frame that sentence, and they would sound equally as good. And you'd have to leave out that term like this is how we're going to pay for stuff. Like I don't know, man. Whoever approved that message needs talking to. In my opinion,
a little bit more. Maybe a little more polishing in the PR department.
Yeah. Anyways, that's one of my another hot take from the night. I didn't really notice that. It was really standing out to me tonight.
Okay. What else? I gotta make a comment. I think the back number 13, I'd have to do some more research on this, but I think it's been a little bit unlucky for Sage this week. I'm not really like, I just want to throw a little superstition talk in there.
Well, I think now too, like, it's starting to get into his head that like he's got to make shit happen if he wants to keep his streak going. And even tonight, like he looked like he was doing a little too much or like overriding a bit on that bull when he kind of would, if he would ride like he used to, or like vintage Sage, you could say, he'd get by that bull easy. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel bad for the guy. It's a tough week on him.
Tough week so far, and it's you know, I don't know what to say. It's tough, really tough go. What do you do?
Yeah, at this point, you just got to take it one bull at a time and hopefully get some scores down and win some rounds. That's exactly all a guy can do at this point for him. Yeah, exactly. And the nice thing too, I guess, it's not quite out of reach yet. I mean, if it goes on like tonight and tomorrow, then it's kind of like, okay, well, now you're just going to be spoiler. But I'd say he's not quite out of it yet, but he has to make some moves starting tomorrow.
Yeah. Last thing we'll talk about on the top of the show here is a thing brought up by Keith Ryan Cartwright about how he's thinking that the NFR is going to stay in Texas after this, like after the next contract's up in Vegas. I find it hard to believe, but what are your thoughts, Waze?
I like maybe the idea of it sounds cool, and I think I just like not really to like rag on the Cowboy channel, but they're really romanticizing having it in Texas. Like all the commercials are like the NFR is back in Texas and this Texas that, which is great. Like I think it's awesome we're able to have this event this year. But in the big scheme of things, like one thing I did notice like watching tonight is like there's a lot of seats behind where everything happens, and ball diamonds are big. Like I don't know, I feel like just as a live experience, you couldn't create the same atmosphere as you get in the Thomas and Mack. I don't see it.
Yeah, you'd have to
have that thing 40,000 full every night to even get that some kind of atmosphere. Just because it's an open building, there's a lot of space. Like Thomas and Mack, it's small. It's a smaller venue. It's indoors. You can create that energy, and like that's the one thing I love about live sporting events. Is even going to a Flames game. Like when we went to the playoff game a couple years ago, like it was 18,000 people in that building, and you could just feel the energy of even before the warm up started. People were just buzz. It was buzzing. Like so. I mean,
totally nuts.
I think you can't create that in a big stadium unless you're packing it every night. I don't think that's realistic for 10 days of rodeo.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to say. I hope. I don't know. I think it'll stay in Vegas, and I think Vegas will fight to keep it, just like they did this last time. So,
I mean, yeah,
I don't think it's going anywhere.
When you think of the finals, you think of Vegas, and like I said, not like it's great we're able to have the event this year, and it's a good event, and it's good that Texas to step up to the plate.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't know.
The World Finals for the PBR is 100% not staying in Vegas. And there's already so many big events there. Like, how do you justify another one? So I don't think it's going to stay, but we'll get your thoughts here. Send us a note. Tell us what you think. Big news tonight for Team Canada. Zeke Thurston and Oren Larson on the board to get their first checks of the week.
Finally.
Yeah, about 11,000 points each, which those who don't know yet, we haven't maybe talked about it a bunch, is that the payout is actually 60% in actual dollars for that.
I don't know why they just don't put the actual dollars in.
They had to make it points for the world standings, I guess, to make it that way. So that's what's going on. But the actual payout is 60% of the points you're seeing. That's what the actual payout is. The only guy not on the board so far is Colton Schmidt for Canadians. But good night, Rodeo Wace. Like we said, you got your pick right with Ryder. Haley Kinsel changes horses. My closest I got was Tanner Ross in the bareback riding. He was second place. Just wasn't good enough tonight.
Wasn't it?
Good enough. Kai Hamilton bucks off. Brody Kresch is 6th. Cody Eldridge is 3-6, which is 6th place in the Bulldog, and they run it with a pair of 3-3s. The time I had right in the team roping, but I had the wrong team. So, if you know,
man, my team got 2nd place in the team roping for the 3rd night in a row.
Oh man.
3rd night in a row.
Doesn't work. See if we can do better tonight. What do you got? Let's talk about.
Now we got to change up.
Let's talk about. We already talked about Ryder, the bull ride, and Ty Wallace. That guy's Ty Wallace is on a roll. He's number 1 in the world now. But Dustin Bouquet, I want those couple of re-rides to be.
Oh, dude,
there
that was awesome.
And make that last ride. It was a great bull ride. That he is the guy at the NFR that most looks like James Foley as well, with the big beard. they're like brothers from different mothers. They are identical.
Yeah. I never noticed that. That's a good point. But
man, you got to look at the headshot. You put them both together, it'd be like.
Yeah, and I see it now. I remember like from watching his interview. But yeah, that was a great ride. Like, to get on your 3rd bull of the night and knock one out like that. That's awesome.
It was outstanding. Great bull ride. Bull called, I think it was Lonesome U, if I'm not mistaken. Forget now, but anyways, great bull ride there by Bouquet. Cool to see Ty Wallace pick it up and be number 1 in the world. And another thing with that, we were talking to Tanner Gurlitz, and that's who he picked for one of his teams. So good. Hopefully Tanner gets a win out of that. But let's go on to the picks for round 7. Which I guess I get to start.
You get to start. Loser goes first, man.
Because I sucked. So I'm going to go with Clayton Bigelow. Didn't have much luck last night, but he's got a horse he's been 90 on before. Actually, Oren won around on this horse last year at the finals. Clayton Bigelow and Tip Off from Frontier Rodeo.
I like it. How many points are you going for?
Well, they were 90 the last time. And round 2, they won it with
87.
87. So I think we all need to be about 88 and a half tomorrow night.
Well, I'm going to go with Casey Field.
Yep.
Good. On pace to probably claim another world title. He's having a good week. On Meat Sweats, they were 86.5 on him in round 2, and I think a guy like Casey can scratch out a few extra points and end up with 89 to win the round.
Sounds like a plan.
That's my pick.
All right, Steer Iceland, who you got?
Man, I hate to be the guy to pick like the guy who won the round the night before, but that Jacob Edler. Man, he's fired up. He's got it going on, man. He made a sweet run tonight. Had a slick Selly. I'm picking him solely on the Selly. That was outstanding. Love to see some emotion out of those guys. Man, do you notice like all the Steer wrestlers, all they ever do is just this handshake? Just like that's all it is. Nothing else. It's so funny to me. Anyways, he smoked a run tonight. I'm gonna go with 3-7. He's gonna go back to back.
He also has the worst mask at the NFR.
There's some bad masks. Dude.
Oh man, barely even covers his face.
It's so funny.
You know who I think is due for a round win? And I've only picked 2 guys this week. I want to say Wagaspack, but I'm going to go Cassidy. I'm going to go home.
Our guy, our homie.
Yeah.
Because he's usually lights out in Vegas. Like he's never a bad pick.
He has done very well.
Yeah. So, man, that's a good
you
pick.
You said 3-7?
Yeah.
I'm going to say he's got to be 3-6. He's on the verge. I think he can do it. I want to see him get a win.
Mm-hmm.
Team roping. Team roping is a real crapshoot this week.
You're up,
as it always seems to be at the NFR. It always is a rough one. They started off really well earlier in the week. Dustin Egeskiza and
that guy's a head and son of a gun, man.
Yeah,
he puts some good.
Travis Graves, and they also split 6th tonight. I'm gonna go with those 2, Egeskiza and Travis Graves. What do you got, Waze?
I'm gonna go with.
Oh, I didn't say time yet.
Oh, sorry.
They're gonna have to be 3 and 3. Let's go at the same time as tonight. 3-9.
Well, so as I mentioned earlier, the guys I'm picking in the team roping have got 2nd the last 3 nights in a row, and they have been roping solid. So I think that tomorrow is the day. Finally, they're gonna get a win for me. Clay Trine, Jake Long, 3-8 round win. They got it. They're on the verge.
All right. Yeah. I can get down with it. All right, the bronc riding. You're first, aren't you, Ace?
Set a bronc. Okay, I'm gonna go with. He looked a little frustrated after today's ride, but Brody Kress on Hellboy. The guy you
Cowboy?
picked. Yeah, he's. I didn't find much on the horse, but he's really solid and in the mix for a world title. So I think he's gonna step up and give us an 89-point horse ride.
I looked at a bunch of the stats on these horses on the PRC website, and it looks like the one with the highest average is Spotted Blues from Big Bend Rodeo, Rusty Wright. I'm going to go Rusty.
And you can't go wrong with the Wrights.
No, exactly. Rusty Wright. And with that average, with it being at the NFR, I think he could be, what did you say, 89?
I said 89, yeah.
89, so now I got to go 89.5. Can't be the same score. What do you got in the tie down?
Tie down, roping, and it is your turn to go first, brother.
Already, eh? Ooh, Marty Yates has really slipped the last few nights. Chad Mayfield is having a horrible week. Hunter Heron has really picked it up the last couple nights.
Man, you smoked one tonight. That was great.
Yeah. Haven Medjed 6-8. That's the fastest time of the week. Tie down roping's been good watching. It was good watching tonight. Round 5 or round 4 was a little bit slower with the 7-8 winning it. So if we're going to be on a night like that again with those calves, it's every 3 nights, I think, on the calves. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 5, 6. So 7 would be round 4 calves again, wouldn't it?
You would think, yep.
Oh, so maybe
I don't know how it works.
I think it's 3 pens, but I might be wrong. It might be 4. But anyways, I got to make a pick. You know who hasn't won around yet this week is Shane Hanchey, isn't he?
Man,
he's probably due.
That was gonna be my pick. So
yeah, he's probably due. Okay, Hanchey, and we're gonna go 7-2.
And he's in the run for like world title. He's leading the average, so
yeah, exactly.
He definitely can make it happen.
But he's still got to go off the rounds. But anyways, Hanchey 7-2.
All right, I'm gonna go off the guy like you mentioned earlier. He's having a shitty week. Shad Mayfield. He's number 1 for a reason. I think he's gonna finally get one put together here. He's gonna get her done for a 6-9.
Okay.
Maybe off in the time, but I think this is his round to win.
Who's your pick in the barrel racing? Let me guess.
Haley Kinsel. She's gonna bust out old sister back for the boys, and she's gonna be angry because she was almost a second faster tonight than she was the night before.
You mean she's second slower?
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's what I meant, man. We know it's well known that math is hard for me. But she's gonna go 16-9-7, win the round. Put a statement on it.
I already have it wrote down. Emily Miller.
Man,
going tonight. 16-9.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I really like that horse of hers. He's a pretty dude.
And she kicked such ass last year that she just kind of took a while to get going this year, but has done very well.
Was she the one who did that crazy leg lift over the barrel the night before?
I don't remember that.
That was freaking cool. I was a big fan of that. That was some good riding of the horse.
Bull riding, I'm going with. Wait, is it me? No, it's me first. Yeah,
it's you, man. Yeah, you got it.
Ty Wallace, he's on a heater. You can't go away from the table when you're on a heater. Jive Turkey from Dakota Rodeo. That's the bull he's got tomorrow night. 90 points. Ride it all day.
Nice. Well, if you're picking a guy that's on a heater, I'm going to pick a guy that's on a heater. And I'm going with Colton Fritzland on Strange Cargo.
He fell off last night. You can't be on a heater if you fall off the night before.
Oh, he rode last night. Like tonight he rode.
Fritzland got bucked off, bro.
Why didn't he? Stayed on.
Look at back.
He was 85.5 tonight.
Oh, geez. Okay, I was mixed up here.
Man, frig off.
I must have been watching somebody else. I don't know. Anyways, he's doing really well. Is he first in the average or is it Ty Wallace?
I think Ty Wallace is first in the average. That's a good question. But anyways.
I don't even know where to find it anymore.
Another guy who's buzzing. He's riding good. He's got confidence.
Yeah, Fritzland been kicking ass.
He's got Strange Cargo. He was rode last year at the 2019 WNFR for 89.5 by Jordan Spears. So haven't seen the video. Don't know which way he turns, but looks like Colton can handle him either way, away from his hand or into him. So I think he's going to come back with a 90-point ride and get another round win. All
right. You can't take the same score, though. Or can you?
Okay, 90.5. Sorry, man.
I don't know if you can or not. I don't know if we talk about those terms. Anyways, doesn't really matter. I guess it could only be a tiebreaker at some point. But anyways, those are the picks for round 7 of the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, Arlington, Texas, at Globe Life Field. Thanks for doing the show again, Wasey. Appreciate it.
Buy your cowboy shit.
Yeah,
it's almost Christmas.
Cowboyshit.ca.
Get that shit for Christmas.
If you don't have your orders in yet, It's going to be pretty close to Christmas, so better
Might not get it for Christmas.
Better
This
get
might be
after it, folks.
Boxing Day
last
present
week.
to yourself.
Yeah, got to get those orders in. Cowboyshit.ca. Check out your local retailers as well. They're all listed there on the website. Get it. Support your local business. We're going back into lockdown here in Alberta, so everybody stay
Batten
safe
down
out
the
there.
hatches, boys.
Get stocked up. All right, thanks.